Chapter 7. Culture. China plays an important role in promoting Asian culture. Civilization. Western civilization was cradled in ancient Greece. Renaissance. The Renaissance was an epoch of unparalleled cultural achievement. Epic. Their epic fight is the subject of a new film. Ideology. An obsolete ideology can hamper an economy. Tradition. Asia has a long tradition of tea drinking. China is no exception. Convention. The handshake is a social convention. Custom. The custom prevails over the whole area. Feudalism. Feudalism was not abolished in England until 1660. Slavery. They thought slavery was morally wrong. Ethical. You can't divorce science from ethical questions. Moral. The old gentleman claimed himself to be a very moral man, who had never told a lie in his life. Tribe. The tribe's development was more primitive than that of their neighbors. Aboriginal. Many Aboriginals do not like the idea of a day to celebrate the British landing. Inhabitant. The local inhabitants do not like noisy tourists in summer. Native. He is a native of Beijing. Local. He provided local delicacies for his guests. Exotic. The exotic atmosphere will fascinate you. Foreigner. Some foreigners assimilate easily into our way of life. Alien. I ran into an old friend in the alien land. Anthropologist. The anthropologist contrasted two cultures in his lecture. Humanitarian. Hepburn is known as a great humanitarian. Heritage. They take great pride in their cultural heritage. Inherit. He inherited a house from his father. Antique. He wears designer clothes and drives an antique car. Archaeology. Archaeology is the study of ancient civilizations. Excavate. It took a long time to excavate the ancient city of Troy. Museum. A visit to the museum is an unforgettable experience. Pottery. Modern pottery is usually ornamental. Engrave. The jeweler will engrave the inside of the ring with her name. Decorate. Using extremely different decorating schemes in adjoining rooms may result in lack of unity in style. Religion. There are many religions in the world. Ritual. The scientists found that personal involvement in a ritual is necessary. Etiquette. He felt very sorry for his breach of etiquette. Belief. His firmness in his beliefs supported him through difficulties. Soul. No words can express the secret agony of my soul. Spirit. We need a spirit of enterprise if we are to overcome our difficulties. Sacred. This area was hallowed by sacred memories. Hallowed. The Ganges is hallowed as a sacred, cleansing river. Holy. A holy person is spiritually pure. Pope. The election of a new pope is coming. Bishop. I've heard a whisper that the bishop intends to leave. Missionary. The missionary was sent to India last year. Priest. The priest persuaded him to give up his bad habit. Bible. The Bible begins with the Genesis. Church. I'm just going to the church to see the priest. Cathedral. This cathedral was regarded as a miracle in architectural history. Choir. The choir sang the Amens beautifully. Monk. The man was a monk from Mount Emai. Temple. The temple has been considered an example of classic design. Pagoda. The pagoda perches on top of the hill. Empire. The empire had for years been falling into decadence. Imperial. They made an objection to the imperial system with resolution. Royal. Britain has always had a large navy called the Royal Navy. Dynasty. The Tang Dynasty is a period remarkable for its liberality. Chronology. It seems that the paper has confused the chronology of these events. Emperor. The emperor unified the country by the sword. King. The king is the most important person in a kingdom. Queen. They were bowing as the king and the queen walked in. Prince. The prince fell in love with a fair young maiden. Princess. The princess was ostracized for marrying a rich bourgeois man. Majesty. I enjoyed all the majesty of royal ceremonies. Nobility. Virtue is the only true nobility. Lord. The young lord with the red gold hair bowed. As you command, Lord Edward. Knight. He was knighted for his war services. Guardian. He became the legal guardian of his brother's daughter. Nostalgia. The soldiers were filled with nostalgia. Homesick. My American friend tells me she is never as homesick as during this time of year, around Thanksgiving. Celebrity. Celebrity, money, and possessions are too often the touchstones for teenagers. Status. Being an engineer gives him a high social status. Background. He is a man with a special cultural background. Experience. It was a truly memorable experience. Anecdote. He preceded his lecture with a humorous anecdote. Accident. His left knee was hurt in a traffic accident. Incident. A serious incident along the border increased our fears of war. Thrive. First thrive and then wive. Prosperity. The empire was on the wane after its period of prosperity. Setback. This setback has drained away my keenness. Adversity. Hardship disposes man to meet adversity.